Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Tyranny with me, Bring It On. I forgot to check out our new magic from last episode. There we go. Alright, before I forget, let's go and use some consumables. Even though I think combat is over. I don't hear anything over there. But just in case it's not, let's go and use some. Eb doesn't have any, so I'm not going to bother equipping any either. Oh, all the way over there. Oh, there's still more alive than I thought. You think we didn't know what you're up to, you dirt mage pukes. The Crimson Spear points her long-handled weapon at you. The bronze tip bobs and oscillates, slicing at the air as she shouts. I've got a gift for your Archon, and for you. It's a swift, sweet little death. Why does the chorus want Cairn dead? She swivels her helm-hidden face to one side. Move reptilian and cold. A calculating assessment. I bet the voice would love to get inside your daft head. Tend the edict. Why else? Enough drivel. She slams her spear against the ground, raising a cloud of dust cover. Come. I'm starving for some action. Okay, well, get over here, we'll buff up, and then cut all of you down. Alright, Eb is done. We can drop this. Lantry, haste Barrack, and buff everybody. Actually, buff everybody first while they're still casting. And then haste Barrack.
Kyros!
So I'm assuming that was Radix's spell. That was really cool looking. I don't think I have a spell that can do that. That looked really cool. I go and do that, followed by, I guess, Rhyme Spike and Phantom Bolt over, I don't know, here somewhere. One thing at a time. Alright, let's go over here, Sunder him, then Skullcracker. We'll probably kill that enemy outright. Alright, then we'll throw out a taunt with Barrack. I guess right about here. Right about there would work. Lantry, buff, and then Unravel Minds over here.
My wisdom is finally catching up to my head.
Alright, throw that out, and I guess Jolt as well.
Enjoying this a little too much.
Alright, striking iron this guy. Yep, and dead. Oh man, my main character hit so hard. It is a treat to watch him work. Over here and use Cleave. Yeah, I think I hit all three. Yep, right there. With their false pit right here, make sure this unit doesn't move.
Not a problem.
That's how it's done.
Alright, what else do we got? Rhyme Spike right there, and then Electric Jolts. Healing Aura on Barrack. Then rebuff yourself. Alright, thrust right here.
This is embarrassing. This weapon is useless. This weapon is entirely worthless.
Alright, easy stuff. Oh, I don't get another Crimson Spear. Well, that's disappointing. Oh, look at that. I want more Earth Magic, darn it. That Earth Magic just seems so disappointing to whatever he's over there casting. Alright, we'll just realign this staff. As we've done twice before. Then go finish the ritual, I guess. That's such a cool little sequence. How it pulls in, like you see all the particles pull into yourself and you float in the air, and then mixed with the music. I do really like it. With the Archon of Stone's last shuddering breath, the Earthshakers expel the whole of his life force, mixed with his arcane energy, now warped and twisted and thrust deep into the heart of the realm, a poisonous strike to forever rend the land. The edict breaks with an audible clap. Your stomach lurches from a sense of sudden weightlessness, combined with an acrid tang on the back of your throat, an aftertaste of the rot that now infuses the land. It's done. The edict is no more. We're going to blow up all of Tyranny in the process. Lucky us. Well, we did it. The Edict of Stone is gone. All it cost was the health and future of an entire realm. But who's keeping track, right? The fall of an Archon and the death knell of the course. This is a rare day, and I am honored to stand at the center of it for the glory of Ash. Varric strikes a salute and bows. Honestly, I'm impressed that, was it last episode, he showed an awareness. Like, he didn't necessarily agree with the blighting of the land here. Even though it's what the Earthshakers and even Ash gave the go-ahead for it, but he showed some trepidation towards the action, which I think shows some growth in him. The wording of the edict pounds through your skull, with a sort of clarity that usually comes from days of practice and repetition. But it seems that the Edict of Stone is now a part of you. A word, Fatebinder. Elantry takes you aside, patting your shoulder. I wondered if you might entertain a quick question. Go ahead, Lantry. Wonderful. He dips his quill and starts writing on a sheet of vellum, focusing on you all the while. You've broken a number of Kyros' edicts at this point, which is not a claim that many could make. How do you feel about what you've accomplished? Spare me no detail, please. This is for posterity. Anything that strikes you about the experience is invaluable to the Chronicle. Yeah, breaking the edict means I have fulfilled Kyros' will. I'm bringing order to the tiers, one realm at a time. So this is truly the course you've chosen. The Tunon was wise to claim you as the court's own. You're a true standard bearer to Kyros, most austere sense of order. To Kyros's, there's no apostrophe there. And nodding slowly, Lantry writes a furious series of notes. One last question for now. How do you feel physically and mentally? I mean, I ask because there's very little precedent on the matter, and you could define the symptoms and reactions for, well, for history as a whole. An arcane feat on this scale doesn't happen every day. Yeah, exhilarated. I could dash across the tiers without breaking a sweat. Is that right? I'm glad to hear that breaking edicts hasn't disintegrated your flesh and bones, but has instead improved your constitution. Let's not put that sprinting without a sweat boast to the test just quite yet. I think I have what I need for now. Future readers of the Chronicle thank you for your time and introspection. Lantry stops his writing and smiles. Speak with Radix. Fatebinder, you couldn't have been more instrumental to our cause. We're able to successfully extract Cairn's energy and blight the land for the next millennia to come. Suffice to say, the General will be pleased. Lovely. Ebb rolls her eyes with a long, exasperated sigh. A millennia? I helped foul the land for 1,000 freaking years. She buries her head in her hand. At least we showed the course a little. Oh, screw it all. His tone is shrewd and assessing when he next speaks. It would appear you personally benefited from breaking the Edict of Stone, though to what end I cannot fathom. I dare say our time together has proven somewhat symbiotic, if not wholly beneficial to you, Fatebinder. He taps his heel against a crumbling rock in thought. Cairn is now deceased, though there yet remains a tinge of power within him to be harvested, should you have use for it. Consider it a sign of my favorable appraisal. Could that be a generous gesture from the Iron Core himself? Must have taken some resolve, not to drain every last drop, Commander. Yes, and as I am sure you are aware, resolve is not an area in which I am lacking. Not your gratitude. I'll harvest a piece of the Archon and inform Ash that we have successfully struck a definitive blow against the Chorus. So, gift... Here it is. Earthshaker's gift. Plus 10% will defense. This roughly carved icon of Cairn, the Archon of Stone, is decorated with azulith crystals. I can take a piece of Cairn? Before you lies the broken body of Cairn. Petrified in death, A residual tinge of power pulsates faintly beneath the surface of his skin. Remove a fragment of Cairn. You can detect his subtle vibrations in 6 points along Cairn's body, the last expressions of his diminishing life force. Do I take all of it? Cairn's right hand holds the essence of his quickness. Extract a large piece of Cairn's right hand. Removing this vital element will cause the remainder of Cairn's essence to dissipate. Okay, so we only get one. So quickness. Resolve. Wits. Vitality. Might. And finesse. Well, regardless, it's not going on my main character. What could we use? I don't know. What is... I think I'm going to go with quickness. So +2 quickness. Oh, that's pretty good. This piece of Cairn's right hand twitches with unconscious spasms. So I'll probably give that to either Verse or Kills in Shadow.
Sorry,
So
I can't.
I think everyone else I'm pretty content with. Yeah.
I got it.
Alright, so let's go back in here. I'm going to try and figure this out with just the piece that I have. I think that I can do it. I just didn't want to take up too much time trying it in the last episode, but I think we've got it. Let's see, which one is it? This one? Alright, let's see what we can do with this. So I don't actually see... Unless it's supposed to be right here. So maybe we gotta do this one. Like that. Doesn't seem right either. Seems too... So it looks like there's more down here. But that can't be right. Oh, wait, no, it's not this outside piece. That's this inside piece right here. Wait, can I not clear it? There we go. Yeah, so this is right here, I think. Like that. Then here to here. I don't see what curves like that, though. There's nothing that curves in that direction. Like that. Unless it's this bottom piece. And that's just the bottom of it. They don't have anything that curves up that way. So I might just need another piece of this. Because I think we've only found one piece of this. I think you need at least two to get a solid idea of what it is. Oh, I'm here. I may as well just give it a shot real fast. I'm going to assume that they all have to connect at some point. There should be no dead ends. See, I know that doesn't look right at all. Well, here we go. How about this? This should be... Well, that doesn't even look right. Alright, let me try this one more time. Let's try it without that bottom part on there and see if that does it. I don't think it is, but you know, it's worth a shot while we're here. I'm already fiddling with it. May as well just. Yep, no. Because the curves don't really seem to match up. Like this, there's no like inner curve like this available. I was supposed to do this one. Yeah, I don't know.
Right.
We'll figure it out later. We still have more of the Stone Sea to explore. We have that village to explore. And I think also... No, never mind. Cacophony's in the contested land, I believe, right? So Ebb, we got Heart of the Storm. Ebb imbues the Fatebinder's weapon with the ability to channel lightning through it. While the effect remains, the Fatebinder's attacks will evoke a powerful electrical explosion. Now we can talk to Radix again. I can scarce believe the feats we have accomplished. How propitious to have a Fatebinder's something. Favor. I also like the effect that it put this black and white filter. I guess a gray filter. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's the last of the edicts, right? Stone, fire, storm. The initial one. So I think Lethean's Crossing was under the effect of an edict, was it? Either way, let's go to the Spire first, and then we'll probably just go to Halfgate, because we haven't had a quest to take us there yet. Also, where's Cacophony at? Oh, it is in the Stone Sea. Okay. Well, first things first, let's go to Aspire. Actually, this would have been faster. Ah, whatever. It's fine. The beastmen seem to melt from the soil and stone, rising from crouches or dropping from outcroppings, each covered head to claw in matted, slate-gray fur, and reeking of blood and decay. They circle you, patting on bare knuckle and foot, eyes flashing jaundiced yellow, lips twisted back from filthy fangs. One moves forward, a gargantuan beast woman whose dug hand scarred in dust. Whose Doug's hand scarred in dust. What? Dressed. She growls low, hackles rising, and her pack moves as one, closing on you. Yeah, speak with them. Your hands near your weapons. You consider your words carefully. Yeah, attempt athletics. Threaten them. You rear back, squaring your shoulders, throwing your hands out to either side, making yourself as large as possible, and shout at the beast woman. They're here because you've felled the greatest of them, you assume. And if you can fell her, then what hope do they have of even putting a claw to you? The beasts take a step back at your barking, and the beast woman Alpha glances to her compatriots. She backs away slowly, then as one, the pack lopes off of the road and into the wilds from which they came. You'll have to continue your journey. +2 wits, finesse, and resolve. Cool. I wonder if Kills in Shadow would have had a unique interaction there as well, if she could have diffused the situation. She does a pretty good job of keeping other beastmen in line around my character. Like in the other beastmen that we interact with seem to have some sort of either deference to her or fear of her. They always back down. Oh, this is an artifact. I had no idea. Alright, we'll check that out in a second then. I had no idea that was enough. I thought it was just like a generic thing. Okay. Well, hey, we might have a shield for Barrick then. Also, we don't need these right now. Let's put those away, and... So, is there a shield? How's it compare? Better recovery, better dodge. So, Champion's Boon. When activated, the Azure Shield grants its wearer a bonus to quickness, movement speed, and accuracy. Duration of these effects scales with the Azure Shield's renown. And then +2 parry when damaged. That's very... what? Just +2? Doesn't seem very good. Maybe it stacks every time you get hit or something? The shield was traditionally an object of ceremonial importance. Champions of Azure carried it during times of cultural significance, the signing of treaties, declarations of war, a meeting of diplomatic envoys, and celebrations of past victories. Perhaps its most noted appearance was during the notorious Tarnished Flag incident of 289 TR, when a foreign delegation met on neutral ground and attacked the Azure representatives. The Azure shield was raised to parry the assassination attempt, and all who stood behind it left the encounter unscathed. Since the fall of Azure, the shield has passed through numerous hands, and presently reeks of Beastwoman musk. I mean, it looks good, and I think I'm just going to equip it because it's an artifact. I don't really care. I mean, I think Pride of the Forgotten is better. But we're also not struggling to survive. So we'll rock that for now. You feel your power stretch across the continent, spanning mountains and rivers. The clamoring echoes of fear, love, respect, adoration, and awe encircle you as you approach the machine. If you concentrate, it appears you can begin the same trance that showed you the glimpses of the previous spire. Touch the resonator and concentrate. As your hand makes contact with the sculpture, your senses break into a dozen fragments. Your vision becomes a composite of countless other eyes all pointed at the spire. Their fear turns your guts, their hopes enervate your limbs. Their admiration seems to fill your stomach and slake your thirst. A lightning strike leagues from the spire flashes. You see it from a dozen different angles all at once. These dozen sensations are all those looking at the spire in this instance. Attempt to inhabit a particular viewer. Focusing on a particular point of view, your senses settle into a field far away, into a body looking at the mountain spire in awe. As he peers at the spire, you can tell he knows that the stone edifice is yours. And his fear and concern toward you feel palpable and invigorating, as if the more he fears you, the more limitless you become. It sounds very reminiscent of Kyros, I think. Relax, try to take in all the visions at once. With a calming exhale, you focus on the flood of sensation, sipping the visions so as to not drown. Common to all the visions are the shared experience of looking upon the spire. The concern, focus, fear, and curiosity of these onlookers stirs the arcane energies of the great monument, and the greater the passion behind these thoughts, the more the spire crackles with potential. And step away from the sculpture. Well, neat. Whoops. So those are done. Let's see. Well, let's not craft anything yet because I think we finished the shield research at the Ocean Spire. The Baneward. The sages at your library comb through ancient scrolls searching for hints of items of power. They found a few fragments that mention a shield worn by an Archon of old, with the power over the Bane. This ancient shield was known only as the Bane Word. Okay, well let's craft that. Sounds cool. Alright, what's next? Yeah, let's do the sigil next. Then back to the Sunset Spire, we'll craft that shield. I remember we'll go back to the Mountain Spire and rest. Then we'll go to that village. Half Rock. Or Half Gate. Oh, 2 different artifacts. Okay. So the Staff of Cairn. The staff resembles the arcane tools wielded by Earthshakers. What separates it from its peers is a fragment of the Archon of Stone fused with azurlith, gathered in the Stone Sea. As an expression of Cairn's magic incorporating his body as a component, it is safe to regard the Staff of Cairn as possessing the raw potential of an Earthshaker apprentice in a dormant state. Though Cairn is remembered for his unpredictability and uprising against Kyros, the powers of this staff have achieved a dormant, controlled state. The gem at the head occasionally flickers with violent awareness, but goes still with time. It's an evocation of Cairn. It does take the thing that we got from Cairn's body. I think quickness still works here, because quickness is really good on casters. On mages. Enemies in a target area take crush damage and are petrified, while allies in the area receive a buff to might, vitality, and resolve, as well as enhanced armor versus crush damage. These effects scale with the Staff of Cairn's renown. And that sounds pretty good. Alright, so the Bane Word. The Forgebound succeeded in infusing this shield with the essence of Fallen Bane. Using the Bane for creative purposes is not a new practice, but has roots in a more failure than success. Since the creatures leave precious little by way of mortal remains, not as much can be gained by harvesting them as the truly curious would desire. The trick is not necessarily gathering the ethereal resource in large quantities, but knowing what to do with however much Bane essence is available. In this case, the Forgebound took a lesson from past craftings, and relied on runes attributed to an ancient Archon of thraldom. In his time, the Archon was known for his interest in the Bane, and any means of taming them was useful servants. This confusing and much neglected branch of the arcane opened up the means to bend the essence to the smithy's will, if only long enough to form a rudimentary shape. The Baneward shield bends at an angle that implies a struggle to find a coherent form. Something of the ethereal creatures must live on in the shield, as it occasionally twitches with pent-up aggression. So Bane Reprisal on melee hit. Foe target versus magic, 8.16 armor, arcane stolen. Then on use self, 1 armor, arcane stolen. Then artifact ability, leech energy. Drain the health of nearby enemies. For every enemy affected, the wearer of Baneward gains a stacking arcane bonus to their attacks, damage bonus to their attacks. These effects scale with the Baneward's renown. More effective against the Bane, of course it is. Well, that sounds pretty cool too. I'm not very likely to use this, so let's do this one first. Make sure we have time to finish it. And then let's go ahead and upgrade Barrack's Curtain Shield. Alright, there we go. Plus 20 parry, plus 20 dodge, and plus 10 endurance. Cool. Alright, so I know we still have people to talk to on the Aurora Spire. I want to do the Dawning and Aurora Spire in one go. So I'm going to go to Halfgate and hope that I find another piece of this charcoal rubbing here so I can figure out that symbol. Halfgate. So if I don't find it here, what I'll probably do is off camera just fiddle with it until I figure it out. But in the next episode, I hope to find it here in Halfgate. If not, then I'll just wing it. Anyway, Halfgate. An otherwise unremarkable pit stop that marked the eastern border of the Great Stone Plains. Due to the Stone Sea's great quakes, the village of Plains Gate was bisected, half of its buildings falling deep into the cavern below. From that point forward, it was known as Halfgate. Oh, let's go to the Mountain Spire first. I want to rest. I also want to swap out Ebb. for verse.
At your service. What do you need? I suppose.
I'll tack homeward. See you there.
Alright, she has leveled up. Great. What to give her? I guess resolve. And then here, let's see. Oh, and Fury's Embrace. I was thinking about that off camera. So, I think last episode I saw that Cleave can trigger volcanic weapon more than once. So imagine that with Fury's Embrace that attacks. Does it tell me how many times it hits? It hits a lot. Yeah, I don't think it tells me how often or how many times it hits. By the way, alright, let's get something. What do we got? Yeah, I guess the upgraded version of Killing Spree would be fun. So Killing Spree 2. After a kill, Verse will strike 3 times with their attacks for a time. Yeah, it's a straight upgrade to the first one, which allows her to attack twice after a kill.
I see is the crow.
Okay, does she have... No, we still haven't found another artifact for her, have we?
Flies.
No.
Right.
No, we have not. Alright, let's catch some Z's before we head to the to Halfgate. And finish clearing out the Stone Sea.
I got it.
Well, except for Cacophony, which I assume is our next stop. So if we're starving out the chorus, I mean the next objective would be to finish them off. Which means I guess after this, we'll go speak to Graven Ash, and then if we go to Cacophony next, I'll grab Siren. Because Siren will accompany us to, a lot of yelling over here. Siren and Verse will both accompany us to talk to the Voice of Nerat when we, I assume when we kill him, but we'll see. Either way, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.